It is another fabulous edition of Heart to Heart. We are going to be talking about the inner child. Y'all know you hear those words together, and it's like, what is this? What is the inner child? Inner child and self love, and how these are related. We have Androgeny Angel, our resident self-lovepreneur. He's back on the Heart to Heart show, was actually our first guest, mind you. Look back through the archives and you can see. But one of the things about self love is this: it was my self love journey which landed me here. And it took me a while to get to that space of self love. Because I mean, from what I was shown growing up, I was taught, especially when it comes to romance and men, that was my idea of love. I sought love outside of myself, and it took me moving 700 miles away from home to really love myself. That move, let me tell you, was an act of self love. And it also got me more in touch with my inner child. We're talking about our inner child here. And because I got in touch with my inner child. All of that by moving from Virginia to Nashville, I was able to participate in all kinds of like creative stuff. So it was just fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. And as I say fabulous, look who comes in the room. You know how we do.
I'm mad. It's hot.
It's hot there in Texas?
Well, it's in the 70s, but then I'm having a hot flash, so that doesn't make it any better.
Lord, I understand. It's like you gotta like wipe it all away. Like,
but we okay. We maneuvering stuff today. I may have to move this phone because my thing broke just 2 seconds ago.
Are you serious?
So you know, I'm gonna be holding my phone.
That's okay. Life be life, but that's how it goes. You know. That's what we're talking about today, Androgyny, because I know with your work, your healing path, you really help people delve into this inner child. Number one, what is the inner child, and why should we even pay attention to our own inner child?
The inner child is that little person within you. That's all the inner child is. It's that childlike essence of you within you. And the reason why we need to dive in and bond and spend time with our inner child is because when something goes wrong and you get upset, it's not that you're getting upset. Your inner child is getting upset. Your inner child is having a tantrum. And also, just to dive into it from a healing perspective, when you heal your inner child, from whatever age that is, so prime example, I'm going to use the age 5. When you start healing that 5-year-old self, you'll begin to heal every age in between up into the age you are at currently simultaneously.
How does that work? Okay, you got to tell me, how does that work?
Oh, I mean, gosh, how does that work? How does that work? Oh, gosh. The only way I can explain it, because this is what Spirit has told me, the only way that I can explain it is when you have a surgery. Let's say you have surgery on your arm. And not only does the internal self of you, like your subconscious layer and all of those different types of layers of skin has to heal, so does that top layer. So those 2 or those 3 or those 4 layers of skin is healing simultaneously.
Oh, so what you saying is, if I go back to the age of 5, I can heal the age of 7, the age of 13, the age of 18, because it's all layers that's built, just like that surgery example. Okay, I give me a clearer understanding. Okay.
So it's important for you to bond and I don't even want to say deal with your inner child. It's important for you to have a relationship with your inner child because guess what? For the ones who have kids, for the ones who have kids, you're ultimately raising your kid under your inner child. So if your inner child is not healed, guess what? You are raising your kids as a broken individual.
Wow.
So for those of us who don't have kids, and I'm gonna get back to the ones who do have kids, but for the ones who don't have kids, that's why it's even more imperative for us to go ahead and heal our stuff through our inner child. Because what we don't want to do is make decisions based upon, well, my parent did this, so I'm not going to do that. My parent didn't do that, so I am going to do that. And let's be
My
honest,
God.
every single one of our parents has done that. Now, for those of you who do have kids, if you are aware enough to know that you need to heal your inner child, guess what? Start doing it. It's never too late. Even if you do have kids. Because guess what? As you heal, your child sees that you're healing. You're showing the example of this is what the healing process is. And it is okay for me to heal my stuff. And that is ultimately going to make you a better parent. Off rip, in the story, no ifs, ands, buts about it.
That's so okay. That's so key. I want to talk about this because you brought up something about the parent child relationships. How many times have you seen a parent make decisions based on what their inner child would have wanted or didn't get? Because you alluded to that.
I see it every day.
What does it look like?
Oh gosh. I'm going to go based upon my experience when I say this because it's
Mm-hmm.
going to look different for everyone. So an example is my father. He is a wounded child. He didn't know his biological father. He was raised with his stepfather, which is my grandpa, but he was wounded.
Yeah.
He's wounded. So decisions that he made, trying not to be like his father, he actually did in certain
Hmm.
circumstances. By him being wounded, he ended up becoming very bitter, um, and in some cases jealous.
Hmm.
Yes, parents can be jealous of of children, of their own children. Yes, they can. Um, but yeah, he's very bitter. He's very angry, and that affected his physical body because he had a quadruple bypass. And if anyone who
Interesting.
knows what a bypass is, that's dealing with your heart, aka your heart chakra. So anything that is broken is going to affect your heart space. And until he begins to do the healing process of, okay, you know what? He wasn't around, and that is okay. Because guess what? I am okay.
Yeah.
Until he starts doing the healing process of, okay, well, mama did this, instead of doing that, that's okay. Because mama only knew what mama knew. But now I'm old enough to realize, okay, that is not acceptable. That is not okay. So I'm going to make the choice and the decision to do it different. Other ways that I've seen it, oh gosh, just by the way your kids act, the way kids act, you can see
Mm-hmm.
it. When you are around a particular child, and you're like, damn, what's wrong with that baby? What's going on? And trust me, I've taught pre-K for 13 years, so I know.
So
And
you
then
see
when the
it.
parent comes in, you see it. Because the
Interesting.
kids are going to mimic everything that the parents do. And for as long as I've been in the game, that is just instantaneously I can tell. I know that's deep, isn't it?
It it is really deep, but it also goes to show what you are describing with us having that relationship with our inner child. We can heal that and in turn improve the relationship with our children or even children around us, because some of us don't
Mhm.
have children. I don't have any children yet, myself, but it just makes me reflect and think on those things like, okay, what do I need to have in this relationship with my 5-year old self, my 6-year old self, all of that, for sure.
Yeah. And a good way to help you out with that is doing an inner child meditation. The inner child meditation that I do this with my clients at my self-love parties
Mm-hmm.
when we're talking about the inner child. And that is closing your eyes and and visualizing a white room. And then in the distance, you start to see someone. And as they get
Mm-hmm.
closer, you realize, oh my gosh, that is me. And it's not you at your current age, it's you as a child.
Right.
And you let your inner child say everything they need to say to you. Because you have a lot of inner child, or people who have inner child that are downright mad. Mine was pissed at me. Mine cussed me out. I thought my
Oh man,
mama and daddy can cuss me out.
he was
Oh
angry.
no.
Your little boy was
Look,
he was angry. Wasn't he?
little Bronzy was in it. I
Yeah,
mean, he
right.
ripped me a new one. And then
Wow.
you have some that are happy, hey, I'm just happy that you're acknowledging me.
Mm.
Um, a lot of them have messages of, you know what we went through. Hey, what we went through is what we went through. But guess what? We made it, and I'm proud of you. So people's inner child is going to say something different. Everyone's going to be different. Now, they cuss you out. Don't get mad now. Don't get mad if they cuss you out. They cussing you out of love. They're cussing you out of frustration.
Yeah.
We'll use the word frustration. I don't want to use the word anger.
That's a good thing because sometimes on this healing journey, we think that everything's going to be pretty, but the inner child could come frustrated.
You know
You
what?
know, it show up.
I'm gonna give you an example, and I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm
What?
going to give you an example of what the healing journey looks like. Okay? Don't talk about me now. You see all this new growth? This is what the inner journey looks. This is what the journey looks like. It's not pretty. It's messy. Okay? I have gained weight. I'm just gonna do that, you know. That is what the journey looks like. That is what the healing journey looks like. I used to get so upset at myself about gaining weight
Mm.
since the pandemic. And it was just recently that I realized, like, wait, this is not pandemic weight. This is healing weight. Like, as much ish have you that you have been through, you could be looking toward from the floor. You just look a little bit more plump, you know. So I wear my weight. Oh, that's hair. Okay. I wear my weight with pride now. Like, you know what? This is what the healing journey looks like at this point. Who knows what the healing journey is going to look like in the next version?
Yeah, but that's an amazing point, Androgyny, because you got to recognize, okay, this is why I'm looking this way, or this is why I'm feeling this way. I'm going through this particular portion of my healing journey. Because I can look back at some pictures of myself and was like, okay, this is why I was this way. This is why my skin looked like this. This is why
Mm-hmm.
I was speaking like this. This is, oh, now I know. Like, yeah, when you're going through it, you
Yeah.
like, I don't even know what's going on right here. Like, because it can be a mess.
Yes. You know, and I see a lot of people, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media platform that you're addicted to, because it's an addiction.
Say it, say it.
I always hear people, oh, love and light, and oh, you have to be kind and you have to do this. No, no, no. That's not being authentic. You got to feel angry at one point. You have to feel sadness at one point. You have to feel grief at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tell people I'm of love and light, but I'm not for the fuckeriness. I'm not for the play. You know, I'm that type of person. I say I'm an earth angel because I am. And I say I am not that coddling angel that is going to be like Sinclair from Living Single. Woo, woo,
Oh,
woo,
yeah.
woo, woo, woo. I'm not going to do that. I'm going,
You're like,
no,
I ain't
this is
that
what's going
angel.
on. This is what's going on. And this is what you need to fix. Now, if you don't want to fix it, that's on you. That means you're going to continue to hurt yourself. More power to you. If you like it, I love it. But baby, that's not what that is. I'm that one, and God, I think about my sister. My sister always says that I am that old soul, that old school auntie, grandma that's just gonna tell you how it is. She's not meaning it to be mean or anything, but she's just that tough love giver. Yeah, that's me.
You like that's
That's
you.
me.
It reminds me of that. I can't remember the name of the character from The Wiz. The actual like witch or I can't, but she has that type of mama, like big mama energy. I have to think about who it is, but
Wait. Which witch was she? The witch that died, the good one or the bad one?
I want to say it's the bad witch. I can't remember the name
Eveline.
because this is The
Eveline.
Wiz, not The Wizard of Oz. Yes,
Yeah,
Eveline.
Eveline.
Yes, yes, that's the one.
You know, and you know,
What?
I think about, now that you're thinking about the Wiz, I think about Cruella de Vil.
Oh
If
yes.
anyone has seen the movie Cruella, it explains a lot. And it explains why Cruella is the way she is. Cruella, you know, oh gosh, I don't want to tell. I want to spill the beans on it, even though I know it came out a couple years ago. But let's just say Cruella went through some traumatic stuff,
Uh-huh.
and there were some things that was passed down to her, lineage-wise, that caused her to be the way she is. Its prime example is the two Dalmatian dogs, Anita and Roger's dogs. Cruella was the one who gave them to them dogs. Cruella is the reason why Roger and Anita got together and got married.
What?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you have to watch it. You got to watch it.
So you know what this says to me, Androgeny, as you tell that story about this character, Cruella de Vil, we have always been introduced to her as like this mean, witchy type of person. Mm-hmm. We don't know what happened before, or we were only introduced at this point in her life. Meanwhile, you're giving all this stuff, this amazing things and aspects she had. And that relates back to what we were saying about the inner child too. We can be introduced to, because I deal with people breaking up with their ex. So you can be introduced to a partner at this certain part of your life, and you're thinking, oh, this person is up to no good, or I don't like them. That's why I broke up with you anyway. But the reality is they could have not dealt with their inner child. And so, or they could have been something different than when you were introduced to them in relationship. Because we never knew Cruella. until you talking
Mm-hmm.
about we got to get to know people at their core. And to me, when we do our own inner child work, we can really see people for who they are,
Mm-hmm. And
not
take it
who
one
they're
step further.
presenting. Yeah.
Yeah, take it one step further. That person that you dated at that particular time, guess what? As much as
What?
you say, well, I can't stand her, I can't stand him, she did me wrong, she did me, or he did me dirty, guess what? They were just a reflection of what you are on the inside that you need healing from. Bloop.
Yeah.
Mic drop. But see, people aren't ready to hear that though.
But it's so true because I can think back to that on my own, like some guys that I dated, and it was like, okay, Elmira, what was you thinking? But at the time, that's where I was. I'll give you an example. I Now this was like 26, probably like 2015, 2016, 2017. I was in like this black power phase. Like, I don't want to deal with nobody. I was angry. I was mad. I was like, I don't want to, y'all teaching me all this stuff. Well, this don't make sense. Da, 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 da. And what ended up happening, I attracted a guy like that. But do you know what was the turnoff? But that was showing where I was at the time too. The turnoff, we had
Mm-hmm.
gone to get something to eat one time, and he would not accept the money from the white lady, like the cashier. I said, I looked and questioned it, but it showed me where we both were, because we were in this. You can be
Mm-hmm.
so hung up on your race, your ethnicity, even like LGBTQ, whatever, that you block everything out. But that's not love. That was the space that I was in at the time, was like, black people win, nobody else matters. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was
And,
like,
and you know, we all, I'm going to say this for all my melanated individuals. We've
mm-hmm,
all gone through that phase. We've all gone through that phase because we see the importance, we see the worth, we see this, we see that within us, and we just want people to understand that.
yeah.
But here's the thing about it. You can go ahead and be pro-black. I am pro-black all day, every day. That ain't gonna change. But if you're gonna be pro-black, you make sure you're pro-black for everybody.
Yeah, that's
That
a phone
means
goal right there.
that means to my Latino and Latina brothers and sisters, yeah, you got to pro-black with them. Because guess what? They got melanin in their skin. You
Mm,
know, to all of my Asian persuasion, whether you're Chinese, Japanese, North Korean, South Korean, guess what? They got some
Vietnamese,
melanin in them.
yeah,
Guess what?
yeah,
You gotta be pro-black with that. And guess what? Even our lighter skinned individuals that we call Caucasians or whites, guess what? They have melanin in them too. So guess what? You got to help them out too.
mm-hmm,
And a lot of people who are pro-black, they don't think that way. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference if they're good, if it's good or bad. The point is the people who's on that messed up stuff, okay, if you need to correct them, you correct them and you go on with your business. And there's negative, whether you want to say negative or bad and good people in every skin tone.
yeah,
It's not just that particular skin tone.
right, right. It's so true. But I'm so thankful I grew out of that phase, because
Yeah.
like that was not a good. No,
Well,
I
I
didn't.
just say you evolved. Let's just say
I
that, you know,
did. I
you're still with it,
evolved.
but you just evolved. Your mindset evolved from it, where you can see a bigger picture.
Yes, and I do see the bigger picture. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for sure. Well, tell me, Androgeny, more about, because I know you've been hosting these self-love parties, and is your next one coming up on December 16th, or you got one before
Yes.
then?
Oh gosh, December 16th. Big ups to Indigo Moons. I see one of the followers. I see someone's on here. Hey, Breezy. Beezy. I'm sorry, I said Breezy. That's okay. You know what I'm saying, baby. She be at Indigo Moons, so big up to Indigo Moons and Jeremy and Misty who own the place. They oh gosh, they have been supporting me, like die hard supporting me from day one. I do these parties every month.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, the next one is on December 16th. And that one is going to be Androgeny's Winter Wonderland. I am bringing the
Oh,
north to the south, y'all. So if you in Houston,
bring it
Texas, this is the party that you want to go to because it's all about relaxation. We're not going to worry about doing any type of inner child work. I just want you to feel like a kid again. I just want you to come in, feel the vibration of whatever holiday that you celebrated in the month of December. Woo, in the month of
Mm-hmm.
December, I want you to feel that excitement that you had when you was a kid. Because when we grow up, we lose that excitement. It's like as we grow up, we stop believing in Santa Claus. Newsflash: Santa Claus is real.
Yes, yes.
Excuse me, Santa Claus is real. Um, I'm not going to say he's physically still here, but his energy is still here, and his energy is still real. So Santa Claus is real. So yeah, it's just going to be you having fun, making a snowman. Like Elsa said, do you want to build a snowman? Um, Making gingerbread ornaments, coloring, playing games, video games, Uno, hot chocolate bar, you
I know
name
that's
it.
a party right there.
Okay, and we're gonna play all the goodies, all the holiday goodies, all the holiday goodies. So
Hey,
yes, I do it
I
every
got a
month.
serious question for you because you, of course, are the self-lovepreneur and you put on these self-love parties. Can you party too much? Can one party, this is just a general question, do you think one person can party too much?
No,
That's what I think too.
no, like look, this is my belief. Planet Earth was meant as an amusement park. You're supposed to
Yeah.
come down here, and what do you do at an amusement park? You have a shitload of
Right.
fun. Okay,
Yeah, you go eat all
but
the stuff, ride the rides.
right, but some stuff end up coming to the party that don't mess it up. But no, we're supposed to. No, there's no such thing as partying too much. I know my parties are supposed to last for 2 hours. That's the time frame I give. It never lasts for 2 hours. It's going to be 3, 4, 5 hours.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna we're gonna play, we're gonna do our inner child work, and then we're going back to play. And whenever you're ready to leave, is when you leave. Or whenever I say, "Hey, we closing up shop." What's that phrase? You ain't got to, you ain't got to go
You
home, but you.
got to get us out of here.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Ah,
So yes, I do them every month. Let me think. January is not going to be an inner child one. January is going to be how to bring in that how to bring in that newness in 2024.
mm-hmm.
How to make 2020 or what can you do to make 2024 your best year
Right.
or the best 2020 the best 2024 because we only get one 2024, so why not make it
We
our
sure do.
best? So,
Got
so
it.
that's going to be January.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yes. But yeah, I had to ask you that question because it came to me about can you part? Because I have some people thinking because it's just like you said when we grow up as we age, we're thinking Santa Claus don't exist. I can't do this. I can't play. I can't party. I can't do anything. That's for them people. No, you're supposed to have fun. Like, come on, this
Mhm.
life, like you said, Earth is an amusement park.
Exactly.
Like,
And
why would you?
I think
What?
about now Poetic Justice, the movie Poetic Justice,
Yeah.
and I think about what Isha said.
What did she
This
say?
work, look, we came here. So, I'm paraphrasing, but she said something to the extent of, "This is a place where we just go ahead and just fuck everything up and just have a good ass time."
Yeah.
Isha was not lying. That's what we supposed to do. I ain't say destroy the earth, but we supposed to, as the kids say, now let's fuck it up. Like, let's turn
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
That's what we
Yeah, because
supposed to do.
you can't take stuff so seriously, and we
Mhm.
can even get that way with our healing journey. We can get that way with our business too,
Oh,
like building our business. Like,
and that's the number one thing that is the number one mistake that I think new entrepreneurs do. They take it so seriously, and in reality, when we take things so seriously, we end up screwing things up.
hmm.
And so, just recently, I had a Rooney reading, and yes, I got it at Indigo Moon, y'all. Just saying.
You
Um,
got
a
what
Roon,
kind of reading?
a Roon reading.
Ooh.
Yes, and I didn't realize the things that the seriousness that I was taking, and my whys were what was screwing me up in business. So
How
I
so?
recently just, huh?
I said, how so?
Oh gosh. Captain Save a Hoe syndrome. Oh, I'm going to save everybody.
Good
Lack.
one.
Oh gosh, lack. Damn it, I wrote that stuff down. I don't know where I wrote. Oh, I typed it on my computer. That's what. On my computer journal. But yeah, lack, um, selfishness,
Mm-hmm.
and when it came to lack was multiple things. Obligation. Yeah, I'm doing this business for me, but I'm solely focused on I gotta make this money. I gotta make this money. I gotta make this amount and this amount and this amount. I gotta do this so I can prove to my family that
Hmm.
I'm not the black sheep, that I'm not the fuck up, that I am somebody. I have to do this so I can take care of my parents. When in reality, my whys are now, no, I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for my mama. I'm not doing this for my daddy. I'm not trying to be Captain Saberho. I'm not doing this out of lack. Whenever the money comes because money circulates to me all the time, all day, every day. Um,
That's right.
um, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this to heal myself first and foremost. So now I can be self-full, and then okay, anyone who needs help, I'll help out. I can't save you because you're the
Mhm.
only one who saved yourself. So I'll help you. I can be a guide for you, but this business, yeah, it's for me. And I'm actually, and I know I kind of sound cocky when I say that, but nah, it's for me. Like this is all me. Like, why not do it for me? You're
Well,
healing
and I
yourself.
don't think that's cocky at all because that's how love works. When you
Mm-hmm.
do it for you and you love yourself, it spreads, it emanates thousands of miles away. So why would you
Mm-hmm.
not build yourself up instead of, like you said, being Captain Save-A-Hole. You try to help all these other people out. How are you going to spread the love, the energy, if you ain't got nothing in the center?
Exactly. So, I hear a lot of people saying, if you got a message, you got to say your message. It's selfish for you not to say your message. Not necessarily. And I know a lot of coaches say that, but I actually disagree with that. Sometimes
Hmm.
it's not for you to say that message. Sometimes it's not for you to say that message at that particular time. So
This is true.
before you can speak out your message, you got to make sure you good. And there's nothing selfish with making sure that you are good,
Right.
you know? But yeah, that,
I mean,
that,
I
that really
had
was a game changer.
to talk about that. I've been working on that here recently, like the past month, because like dealing with uncertainty, like in your life, there's this conception or misconception that because you're on this self-love or entrepreneur journey, that every month is going to look like this, every week is going to look like this, you gonna make this money, you gonna get a client, you gonna book this. That ain't
Mm-hmm.
true. You might have a space where you need to take a break, or you need to have a lull. You need to pause to figure some stuff out. That's where I am right now. And instead of forcing, trying to make a sale or some revenue, I'd rather make it from a place of wholeheartedness than
Mm-hmm.
me sitting up there saying, oh, I gotta do this because I gotta say something. I gotta make a post. I ain't gotta make no post right
Mm-hmm.
now. I ain't gotta do this right now. Who told you that?
Oh gosh, you know, God, I didn't think this was gonna turn into this.
Yeah,
So, I'm,
I
I'm, I'm, I'm thinking, I'm thinking about like the coaching industry and
know. Hmm.
how the coaching industry is being ran, where you want high ticket clientele. Well, what
Hmm.
about the people that can't afford that? Like, people can't afford no $5, $6, $7,000 for a coaching program. Do you not see
Yeah,
what's
all
going
the
on
time.
with this
Yeah.
economy? Do do you not see, like, it's hard enough for me to get people to come to the parties, and it's donation based.
Right.
You know, right now it's kind of like hustle and flow. It's hard out here for a pen when you're trying to get this money for the rent, with for the gas money and cat, and
No, you
for
didn't
the
go to Hustle
yeah,
and
it's hustle and
Flow.
flow. Usually I sing it instead of just say it. I can
Run
sing
out
it,
here
but
for a pin.
pen when you're trying to get this money for the rent, for the gas money, I keep messing that part up. I usually get it, but y'all get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's tough out. It's challenging right now. And I'm the type of person where I don't want to be that quote unquote coach, which I don't consider myself a coach, I consider myself an educator. Um, that's always okay, $5,000, $10,000, 15. No, I need to help out my people that are struggling right now because there's no one else is. Nobody else is. Yes, you have, some small ticket numbers, but that's not enough for them to get the help that they want, get the help that they need.
Hmm.
Excuse me. So I definitely make sure with anything that I do now, am I going to be able to help out those little people?
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to help out that single mother that is struggling, that single father that is struggling, that 22, 23, 24-year old kid that just getting out of college got financial aid payments out the wazoo and now has to move back home because they can't even afford an apartment.
And that's real.
And that is real. So that is what I those are the people that I help. if you got, now I'll help you if you got $5,000. Okay, I can figure out if you want to give me 5,000, we can do that. I can help you because I
But you
can
know what
use
you just
it.
said? You know what you just said, Androgeny, is we have to know our lane. We have to know who are we serving. You know who
Mm-hmm.
you're serving with these self-love parties, and even with you call yourself an educator, even with that too, you know who your niche is. You're just because the common practice or what they preach in coaching is high ticket, high ticket. I even learned that with myself because that's what like I said, I'm going through this process of figuring out, rediscovering all of this. What is it I want to do for 2024? And is
Mm-hmm.
getting in touch with who I am authentically. One of the things that I know that I do well is these interviews. People can't do that. So I'm figuring out a
Who
way.
you telling?
No, but I'm figuring out a way as a self-care coach is what I do to even magnify that, because my way, neither does your way, look like what somebody else is trying to teach you this strategy. Charge the 6K, charge the
Mm-hmm.
10K. That ain't what work for you because number one, the creator spirit ain't telling you to do that. That wasn't your directions. So
That part.
that won't my directions. I was told, well, I know my vision is to heal the entire world with hearts and hands. So that's why we have heart to heart. We got me helping the people get over their ex. Hands, I did the massage. I mean, it's like all of these things that I've been instructed to do, and I got to do it my way. Like what Frank Sinatra say, do it your way. You got to do it. I mean, because
Mm-hmm.
in the end, and then if you ain't in touch with who you really are, you will follow the path of just somebody saying, do it like this, duplicate
Yeah.
this. And that's what I enjoy about what you do. You said, I'm going to connect with these different venues. You got Indigo Moon, and I know you
Mm-hmm.
contacted some others too. You partnered with them to host your events. You're doing it differently. What?
You know, out of all I started going to all these different stores,
Mm-hmm.
and none of the stores worked out. Only Indigo Moons has worked out.
Really?
I tried one store out here in Houston, and no one, bought a ticket.
Yeah.
And when I talked to the store owner, she was saying, well, people, were sticker shock. People were trying to figure out what a pre-K teacher is going to teach them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I got to admit that one irritated me.
It got to
That
you.
irritated me to my soul, because people look at early childhood development educators. They don't look at us as teachers. They don't look at us as
That's
educators. They look at us
that's
as
the primo
glorified babysitters.
teacher.
Uh-huh.
To me, that's the primo teacher. You're building a foundation.
Exactly.
You know what
But
I'm
people
saying?
don't look at it that way. I know. um, I went to one store, and like I said, the particular stores, it just wasn't. People
It
weren't
wasn't,
coming.
yeah,
It wasn't aligned.
it wasn't supposed to be your place. And
Ex-
this is what I want to say about that androgyny, because that's how we can get clear by listening to the alignment, listening to spirit. So what that said to you is, for some reason, you're supposed to be at this store. Like, you're
Exactly.
supposed to develop more with this. And I've been seeing that too with myself. That's why I'm delving into this, because I've been seeing more growth with these interviews than I have with trying to get a client. So I'm like, damn, maybe I should be doing more.
You know,
Because
but that is helping people out though. These
yes,
interviews are still, you're still helping the people out.
exactly. And I've been seeing that. And this is what I want to tell the audience, everybody who's watching this too. Follow the path of least resistance. That's not to say, because we brought this up earlier in this conversation too, that's not to say there's not going to be times of frustration, indecision,
Mm-hmm.
anger, all of that grief, but your clearest path is going to be the one that's like attracted to you. Just like you were saying, you went to that other place and they were like, what a pre-K teacher gonna do this? They stick shot.
Mm-hmm.
I've been paying attention to that too, and I did that all my life because we'll try to force relationships. We'll try to force business partnerships. We'll try to force a business plan. We'll try to force anything. Like, we try to force food down our throat on Thanksgiving. I mean, like,
You
we'll
know,
just try to do all kinds of stuff.
and the funny thing is that people don't think in a manner of, well, that's a part of self-love. You know, as a business owner, if I'm forcing or attempting to force my will
Hmm.
against this client, this store, whatever the situation or experience is, I'm at the end of the day hurting myself because guess
Yeah.
what? Now I'm stressing. Now I'm overthinking. Now, you know, I'm angry because I'm stressed out. I'm I'm hurting myself.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
the road with the least resistance
Yeah.
is key.
Is what?
It's key. It is the
Yeah.
key.
Yeah. Because I've
So
heard that time and time again, but it's making more sense to me as I evolve because this should be easy. Like, why are we making this so hard? Because I know when you put on these parties, ain't it easy? Like, of course, you got to organize and say what you're going to do and plan it out. But for the most part, it's fun and easy.
you know, I at first it was very
Yeah.
stressful because I was putting so much on myself. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. This has to work. This has to work. It has to. I was putting so much on myself. It wasn't easy to do.
Oh.
You know. But now it's like, prime example, this party. It's like, okay, you know what? People gonna come. How many people gonna come? Don't know. Don't care. That's not your business until you see, until the day of, and they start walking through the door. You just focus on doing the fun part. What games do you want? What's the theme
Mhm.
you want? What's the vibration that you want to be going around? What is the music that you want to play? Because I'm big on music. Um, Things of that nature. So now it's fun. And then at that, I'm letting my inner child take control. Like, you know what, baby, I just can't do it. So I'm going to let you do
Yeah,
it. No, Dron, you go
you
ahead and
hand it
handle that.
over.
And that has been the best thing that I could do. That was the best thing I could do. And this party, you know, I'm just like, you know what? Dron, you handle it. You ain't had a winter
You're
wonderland in a
like,
long time,
Dorothy,
baby.
but I'm
Go.
letting you do this one.
Go do this one. And we'll see how
You
this
can,
will do, and then we'll talk about the next one.
right. But you know what? That is a good practice. That is, and that's good self-love because we can, like you said, we can put so much pressure on ourselves, so much stress on ourselves. It's got to look like this. I'm planning this event, and if this don't go this way, it was horrible. Who said, like, come on.
You know, and I remember, oh gosh, when I first started going to Indigo Moves, I remember, you know, the owner, Misty, she was like, why aren't people coming? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sitting here like, girl, it's okay. Next one. Only girl, it's okay. And she couldn't figure out why. I'm just like, I'm calm. And it's
Yeah.
like, Misty, I've learned something new with every party. Whether it's one person show up, two people show up, three people show up, 15, 20. I
Mm-hmm.
learn something every single time. Excuse me.
Right.
So I'm not tripping. Now,
Mm-hmm.
in the back now, deep down inside, I'm just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not letting people think that and see me
I
doing
know.
that. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, it's Raji, go do it. Have fun, Raji. And I think that is the biggest thing that people really have to do is they have to learn to not only bond with their inner child, but work with their inner child. If you're able to work with your inner child, guess what? You can go ahead. Yeah, you physically are going to work, but that inner child is the one who's doing the work. And guess what? That inner child is creative. Is creative. That inner
Mm-hmm.
child is innovative. That inner child is um, fixing the problems or the issues that are at hand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Everything that we think we're doing, that's our inner child doing that. That's our inner child doing that. You know, that's one reason why I'm in the midst of creating a inner child curriculum
Yeah.
where people can learn to love themselves by working with their inner child. I think that's the best way for anyone to learn themselves, to accept themselves, to like themselves, and to love themselves. Go through the inner child.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you really think about it, with actual, well, with physical children, especially newborns, they see everything in wonder, like everything. They're like, oh, what's that?
I
Why do you think
know.
kids always ask why, why,
Why? Yeah.
why? Because they're naturally inquisitive and they just want to know, and that's the way that we have to live our lives. And I'm just coming to that conclusion. And I'm the self-lovepreneur. You know, I'm coming to this conclusion. So
But
yeah, we
that's
gotta start living our lives through the eyes of our inner child, because the eyes of our inner child is through the eyes of love. They just love. They don't judge. They don't put stipulations. They don't do none of that. They're just, I take you as you are. And
yeah.
so we have to learn to do that.
That's a good quote. Live through the eyes of your inner child. Hmm.
Look, I'm writing that down when we get off here, because that's just
Because that's
that's Lil
so, I
Drivey speaking
mean,
right there.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I think we've come to the conclusion of this heart to heart. You all make sure you are following Androgeny, Self Love Organics. Next Self Love Party is on December the 16th. Do you have
Yeah.
anything else coming
Oh
up that people need to
gosh.
know about?
Oh wow. I got a lot of stuff coming out. Starting in January, I'm going back to my free workshops. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going to be on Zoom. So I haven't picked a date yet. It's probably going to be like the 13th of January, but don't quote me on that. If you're interested in learning how to love yourself, I teach self-love classes every Thursday, minus this Thursday. Every Thursday is on Zoom. It's a weekly class, pop in, pop out, for $25, and you're gonna get a shitload of information in 75 minutes. Um, what else? Oh, and I'm going to be launching my podcast. So
Oh,
your
really?
viewers are the first ones to hear this. But I'm going to be launching a podcast on February 14th. Valentine's Day, and it is all about people's love journey, their journey to self-love, because a lot of times we feel like that we are by ourselves, that we're doing this on our own. No one is experiencing what I'm experiencing, and that is completely false. So it's important to hear people going through a divorce and learning how to love themselves through their divorce.
Right.
Learning to love themselves, through, for all I care, being on the stripper pole.
I know that's right.
Okay. Because I know some call girls now. Learning to love yourself by being a call girl. There's different ways to love yourself, and we need to hear that. So yes, that's going to be launched on February 14th.
Oh, okay. You got a lot of stuff under creation.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to give birth, though. Can't wait.
It's
It needs to come out
coming.
now.
It's coming. It's coming. All right. Okay, everyone. This has been another wonderful edition of Heart to Heart. We will see you next time.
Yes. See you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.